I'm Vasant, and I'll be reiterating my partner's points while refuting the first negative speaker, Christina. Christina gave us several facts, like that the number of jobs that have increased have increased from 10.8 million to 137.6 million, and this is about a 24% increase. Negative speaker Christina never really told us whether these jobs were from Nafta or just from the overall economic boom in that time from 1993 to 2002. This could have simply been strong finances that was set up within each country. But job loss is consistently getting worse, and seemingly there is no way to stop it. U.S. economy states that between 1994 and 2010, the U.S. trade deficit with Mexico totaled about $97.2 billion, displacing about 420,000 U.S. jobs. But altogether, including Mexico, over 1.3 million farm jobs have been lost since 1993. And from 1993 to 1995, 50% of all companies in the industry that were moving to Mexico were under threat of closing their factory. By 1999, that rate had grown to over 65%. Christina also said that the jobs in Mexico, that there was an increase in jobs in Mexico because of NAFTA. However, Mexicans can be hired for cheaper to work in American factories that don't have the best conditions. The exact program involved is the Maquiladora program. NAFTA expanded the Maquiladora program, in which U.S.-owned companies employed Mexican workers near the border to cheaply assemble products for export to the U.S. These conditions in these factories, however, were not foreseen. Specifically, U.S. economy states that workers have no labor rights or health protections. Workdays stretch out 12 hours or more, and if you're a woman, you could be forced to take a pregnancy test when applying for a job. In addition to creating a deficit, losing American jobs, and destroying packs with small-time farmers, NAFTA legally allows the U.S. to take advantage of non-citizens in Mexico by putting them through grueling hours and horrendous work conditions. U.S. cheap labor from Mexico has also affected the job market in the United States, especially in the government sector. More than 500,000 U.S. employees have had to enter government retraining programs after the companies moved production south and north of the border, says the Institute of Policy Studies. Other industries in which over 682,000 jobs were lost include motor vehicles, textiles, computers, and electrical appliances, some of the largest sectors today. Negative speaker Christina also said that the U.S. has been good for Mexicans and their trade. She said specifically that programs have helped farmers, but only the farmers that have helped the United States have been helped. Mexican farmers cannot handle the low prices set by the United States. The most specific advantage that NAFTA provides for the United States is that it allows government-subsidized farm products into Mexico. This created artificially low prices, which local businesses and farmers could not compete with. This influx of subsidized U.S. foods have destroyed the already small pact that we have with Mexico's small farmers. Even though the people of Mexico found the low-priced products helpful in the beginning, they're playing into the monopolistic hand of the United States, which will eventually disable their own businesses. Another important topic that was never touched by negative speaker Christina is that of illegal immigration. A premise of NAFTA was that illegal immigration would slow down because more people would be given jobs and stronger economic conditions would be brought about in Mexico. Data has shown that NAFTA is ineffective in stemming the tide of illegal Mexican immigrants entering the U.S. to find jobs. In fact, according to most estimates, the number of Mexicans working illegally in the U.S. surged to 4.8 million in 2000, more than twice that of the 1990 total, before NAFTA was established. Several policies in place are in place for the environment, most of which help North America, almost all of which aren't being followed by either of the countries. Rural farmers expanded into more marginal land, resulting in deforestation at a rate of 630,000 hectares per year. There, open burning, open sewers, industrial runoff, and toxic dumping are the rule rather than the exception. Commonly with these environmental abuses is the reported use of outdated technologies by the Mexican electric power industry in order to contain cost. The U.S.-Mexican border, where most of the maquiladoras are located, is now called the 2,000-mile love canal because of the horrendous environmental conditions in the maquiladoras industrial zone along the border. As Mexico keeps developing, one can only imagine the depth and uncertainty of the already polluted country. A combination of agreements and help from the Foreign Investment Review of Agency will help the three countries maneuver out of the agreement safely, which will finally lead to the economic independence of each country for the most part. Furthermore, another difficulty within the trading of these countries between the countries is is often halted because of the fact that the three countries trade with different currencies. Here are the facts. Trade deficits are constantly increasing. Jobs are being lost on both sides. The environment is only getting worse regardless of the policies in place that are supposed to have an effect. But there is an easy switch that my partner previously proposed, and that is the the European Union. The EU has successfully increased exports, which has left them with a higher GDP. It also has smooth trade within the 15 member states who share the same currency. Overall, both countries have only worsened in conditions since the implementation of Nafta. The disadvantages outweigh the advantages.